Good morning, Melee. Today is Tuesday, December 15th, and you know what that means? It's the second of the 5 days of Melee. My name is Kevin Deere, your host for the Good Morning Melee show, and I hope you all had an incredible Monday. What better way to start your week than with the amazing content from yesterday? Each day is only going to get better from here. We've got another full day of tournaments, game shows, panels, and much more planned out. If you're joining us for the first time this fine Tuesday, welcome, welcome, welcome. The 5 Days of Melee is a community-driven initiative where a large group of community members have put together 5 days straight of non-stop Melee content to be broadcast on Twitch. In addition to creating brand new content, we'll also be reliving some past memories with historical moments.
But if he gets up tilted here,
it
could be so bad.
He went for it. And Zane with the colossal turnaround.
That's it.
And there it is.
Between the large content pieces throughout the day, we'll also be bringing you tons of short-form content. Seriously, I've had the chance to preview some of what we've got planned, and I'm stoked. Welcome to the Renaissance of Melee. There's no better time to be a fan of this game. Our community is incredible at rallying together support for causes. And the 5 Days of Melee is no different. Throughout the week, we're raising as much money as possible towards Direct Relief. For those who are unfamiliar, Direct Relief is a humanitarian aid organization. They're active in all 50 states of the United States and in more than 80 countries, with a mission to help improve the health and lives of people affected by poverty, emergencies, agnostic of politics, religion, and their ability to pay. The 5 Days of Melee crew has vetted out Direct Relief, and they're rated a perfect 100 score on Charity Navigator, meaning your donation will definitely be going the distance towards helping people's lives. Each day, we'll have various donation incentives on Tiltify that you can contribute towards. For today, we've got the Pros vs. Joes event, where Zane will be up against average Joes who we decided from yesterday's donation incentive. You can donate towards voting in a poll to determine how many stocks Zane will start with. Apart from that, our daily donation incentive is being able to ask questions to the folks on the Melee Stats podcast. Interested in donating? Type !donation in chat for more information on how to donate through Tiltify. On the topic of the events up for today, let's go ahead and check out the daily schedule. After today's Good Morning Melee segment, we'll be jumping back to the European Open Tournament for some more good-ass Melee. Following that, we'll be watching some schlobber knockers taking place in the Project M Showcase and All-Star matches. After some PM, we'll have another episode of our game show. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's game show episode. The panel for today is going to be featuring a group of talented authors who have been writing Smash-related content. We'll then be jumping into the Pros vs. Joes event, where Zane will take on a plethora of average Melee players, asserting his dominance most likely with a number of stocks you can help decide upon through today's donation incentive. This next piece may end up being a little bit redundant after we watch the Pros vs. Joes, but we'll be having a sick Melee combo contest featuring some of the biggest combo fiends in the game. We've also got the Melee Stats live podcast after that, where you can also donate towards asking questions to the crew. Just as we did yesterday, we'll be having a tournament simulcast broadcasting an ongoing Melee event. After that, we'll be blasting off into space and trying to find out who are the imposters among us in Among Us. We'll round out the night with another iteration of Grand Finals through time. I hope you're as excited as I am for what we have lined up today. Speaking of what we've got lined up, I've got a lined up interview with a VIP guest happening right now. Let's head over to the live broadcast with a special guest. Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to the live segment of the Good Morning Melee show. I'm your host, Kevin Deere, and I'm joined by a very special guest today, Kampy. Hey Kampy, do you want to just introduce yourself and tell us who you are?
Yeah, so I'm Kampy. My real name is Brooke Malone. I work with Direct Relief. I've been with Direct Relief for 4 years. I am their digital engagement manager, and I specialize working with gaming communities, assisting running events. We run our own in-house events, and I also help direct a charity event called Zeldathon. So that's kind of a little bit about me.
That's awesome. Yeah. So prior to this event, I wasn't familiar with Direct Relief, but after having, talked to you a little bit and, read up on them, it seems like they've been pretty involved in the gaming community and in addition have been doing some incredible work supporting as a humanitarian aid organization across the globe. How did this relationship come to be? How did Direct Relief enter the gaming space and start working with communities like ours and the Zelda community, as you mentioned earlier?
So it all started like with me. We started with the group. I'm part of Zeldathon. We were doing a lot of fundraisers biannually, so 2 marathons a year. And then Direct Relief reached out to us after we did one of our marathons for them. And I believe it was the first marathon. Like we had an amazing goal of like $100,000. So they flew us out to their office as a thank you, and I got to meet the CEO, I got to meet the CFO, I got to meet everyone there, and I just had this crazy idea to just say, "Hey, I'd love to work here," because I kind of fell in love the more information I learned about Direct Relief. Because when you kind of read about it, you say, "Oh, that's kind of insane on what they do," but when you see the office and see the people that work there, you really just fall in love with everything that Direct Relief is doing. So I said, "Hey, I have an idea." And then they flew me back out 8 weeks later. I pitched to the board of directors this whole gaming program thing, and showed a lot of things like the positivity because there's a lot of negativity that's portrayed
Mhm.
in the media. So we had a lot of amazing stats. I actually use the melee community a couple times and bring up like the positivity, especially with the Evo donation drive. And kind of the rest is history. Some of our first events that we did with the gaming program, we actually worked with VG Bootcamp and Gimmer. They did a fundraiser at their original Xanadu location. And then it's just kind of snowballed from there where we don't promote ourselves as Direct Relief a ton. Like you won't hear about us, but you've heard of the work that we do. And that's kind of like what we always wanted to just keep doing and just being around and just being helpful and assisting. So we don't promote ourselves, but we do try to be involved as much in the gaming community as possible. So it kind of started from there. Yeah.
That's really awesome to hear, and it's really cool to know that Direct Relief has established relationship with our community and has been working with us working with the gaming community for a number of years. What exactly does Direct Relief do? You had just mentioned that the work that they do is really cool, but can you tell the viewers a little bit more about the awesome work Direct Relief has been doing?
So we specialize in medicines and for human, like for just people. So originally, Direct Relief was Direct Relief International, where we just sent medicines around the world to help out. And until Hurricane Katrina, that's when we realized there was a lack of medicines and things like that for the United States. So we
Mhm.
transitioned from Direct Relief International to Direct Relief. And the big thing that we transitioned on that is we actually have a medical license in all 50 states, which a
Oh,
lot of charities don't have that. And the way so we pay for all that extra things so we can get life-saving medicines like insulin to these free healthcare clinics. So that's one of the biggest things. And then we specialize in disaster relief. So like the wildfires, Hurricane Katrina, COVID-19, everything that's happening right now. That's our big specialty is we make sure we get equipment that is needed. We don't send just random amounts of like 3,000 pairs of gloves for like a flood or something like that.
yeah.
We work on ground with a lot of the communities that are involved, countries. We have really great partnerships with pharmaceutical companies
Mhm.
that we're able to leverage um, and get way more for a dollar. So about I think it was last year we actually were able to leverage $1 into about $50 in medical equipment. So we really try to stretch out as much as possible and just make sure everything is there. And one of the biggest things that always like blew my mind about Direct Relief and why I wanted to work with them is we all know overhead's a thing. So running smash events, there's always overhead. Running a charity is the same thing. But with Direct Relief, we actually all the donations that come in immediately go back out. So 99% of the donations that come in immediately go back out into the communities and everything like that. That 1% is those like PayPal service fees and things like that. So everything that's coming in is immediately going out in gloves, uh, respirators, masks, things like
Mhm.
that. And then we actually do separate fundraising for the things that we need. Like if we need a new building, we need new refrigerators. We do separate fundraising that does not come from any of the donations that ever come in. So that's just a little bit about what we do and why I kind of fell in love with. It's just the amount of transparency. Like Direct Relief is 100% transparent. You can always find out all the information about Direct Relief on Charity Navigator, see where we're spending our money, and everything from there. So
That's awesome to know that the money that we're raising this week is going to make such a huge impact and actually go that distance and go directly to helping those people. So, I mean, for anybody in chat, if you're just joining us for the first time, this week, our team, the 5 Days of Melee folks, we have a goal of raising $50,000. At the moment, we are currently roughly around 15,000. So, we're making our way towards that goal. It's only the second day. So please, type !donate in chat, and you can check out more information about our goals on Tiltify. So Direct Relief, you said they've been around for a couple years, for quite some time now, and they've been doing active work around the world and are now doing work in the United States. Back in March and earlier this year, COVID-19 kind of took the United States and North America by storm. How has Direct Relief adapted and responded and changed what they're doing to support COVID fighting efforts?
So one of the biggest things, so when we actually knew about COVID, obviously in December, and
Right.
we were really preparing because when China was getting hit pretty hard, we were always like, okay, this is probably not going to be contained. Let's ensure we have enough equipment and things like that, because PPE is the most important thing needed to combat this and for the medical workers. So we really started working January, like immediately. Like so what we've done is ensure that all the gloves, the masks, and everything like that are safe. They're legitimate, and sending that to the communities that need them the most, the healthcare workers and things like that. So from January about till November, we've worked with over 100 countries to assist and help. We've done about 2,800 deliveries of equipment to about 3,000 institutions. So hospitals, community centers, and things like that, and about I think it's almost 5 million pounds of medical equipment that's been sent out. So our biggest thing is the PPE, is ensuring that the healthcare workers are safe. Right now, we're actually taking a step beyond, and we're investing more into the cold chain and the freezer methods because the vaccine is now available.
Right.
It has been made. So we're actually transforming part of our warehouse to have fridges. So if there is a need for storage, since having or for storing the vaccine at specific temperatures and things like that, we're actually investing into having these specialized refrigerators, all the training. So if there is a need for us to assist with sending this out, we're right there ready to go. So that's some of the biggest things. And then on top of that, we're still doing our daily duty of sending out those life-saving medicines that people in the community need, and working with great partners like FedEx that ship a lot of our stuff for free. So we're ensuring all of that's still happening because healthcare clinics have been really hit because you can't go out, you can't things like you can't go out, you can't see your friends, so you can't see your doctor. So we really make sure that we're sending all those life-saving medicines safely to everyone, and make sure that they're distributed safely as well. And one really cool thing you actually go check out, you go to directrelief.org and you can actually see a map of the United States and actually around the world of all of the clinics that we work with, that's closest to you. You can actually open up, like if you live in a big city, how many clinics are near you that we're assisting. So those are some of the biggest things: PPE and ensuring that the vaccine going forward, that we're ready if we need to handle that.
Awesome. How big of an impact would a $50,000 donation from our organization be able to make towards Direct Relief? If we do hit our goal or any amount of money that we're raising, how far is that actually going to go? And how significant is that for Direct Relief?
It's massive. So, like I said earlier, when we do a lot of our leveraging with the pharmaceutical companies. $1 can get stretched up to $50 of equipment, and that's a lot. So gloves, I mean, get like 100 gloves for like $3. If we're getting 10,000 packs of gloves, that's massive for people. Or the N95 respirator or N95 masks, and anything of that nature. So it does just multiply by 50. So everything that's coming in is really going to help out, and especially now with like the vaccine is being distributed and things like that, and we're working towards trying to figure out as much as we can help. That money is going to just go even further. So like I said, the best way to say is like multiply it by 50, and that's how much money and assistance that you're going to be helping out all these communities around the country and even around the world. So it's pretty incredible.
That's awesome. For those who aren't able to contribute financially directly, what can people at home do to support direct relief or just be making any sort of difference right now if they can't financially do so?
I'm just talking about the events. So I know the Smash community is one to always promote their events and things that are going on. So tweeting out and going on your social media, talking about direct relief, talking about the work that we're doing because we are very word of mouth. We don't have advertisements. We don't do any advertising at all. We don't have commercials or billboards or anything like that.
Mhm.
So that's actually one of the best ways is just being informed. We say, hey, here's all of our information, here's the stuff. If you'd like to share it with your friends, share it with your communities, like that's great. Like we never, even if this event raised like $10, we're super grateful because the amount of effort and work that you guys have done, especially now, like this event started within 2 weeks, which is absolutely insane. Yeah, just spreading it out, just talking about it, is just a big help and just gets people to know the name.
Gotcha. Yeah, speaking of this event starting in 2 weeks, what was the origin of how Direct Relief became, the partner charity of this event? How did this relationship come to be? Do you mind telling us a bit more about that?
Yeah, so I've actually had a really great friendship with Alex Cherry Costa, Raging
Mhm.
Cherry. And he actually reached out to me and said, "Hey, there's a possibility of this event happening with Matt.Zeb. You want to jump on a call?" I said, "Perfect. That sounds great." And then I originally thought it was going to be like within a month, and then I was told, "Oh, it's in 11 days." So I said, I hope you guys are good. Like, because normally when I do an event, it usually takes about 3 months, and especially with Smash events, it takes 3 months or so to get everything planned. So it was actually insane the amount of work that Matt and the entire team has done. Like, the Discord is just always popping with
Yeah.
crazy ideas and seeing the schedule. So yeah, it really just started that way. And I talked to Matt and gave all the information about direct relief for you guys to talk about some images and things that we can assist with. Yeah, it's kinda how it started is just with Raging Cherry, which is one of, like, my best friends. I love that dude.
That's awesome. So it sounds like you, beyond what you've been doing with Direct Relief and what you've been doing, with the Zelda community, you've been involved in the Melee community as well in the past. Can you tell me just a little bit more about yourself in regards to your involvement with the Melee community, what
Mhm.
you do, you play the game, and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I love Melee. I've been watching since, I think EVO 2014, and then I was watching and a lot of my friends played PM, and I just couldn't get into it, and then I think Smash 4 came out around then too, and I was like, wow, this game's slow. And I watched Apex 2015 and I was in shock of how amazing the entire event was and just how it was done. I had a couple of friends there that were just live tweeting at me about like the roof collapsing and all this crazy stuff and just seeing like how it all turned out was just incredible and this love. Um so I really just wanted to be involved with it because I've been involved with the speedrunning community since about like I think 2011. And the Smash community is just it's such a different beast of just love and compassion, and that's the one thing I love about the Smash community. Because my first event I ever went to was GOML,
Right.
um, the GOML 2016, and that was just an incredible event to go to as well.
Shout outs
Seeing
to Tio Joe and the EMG team.
oh, yeah, I actually got to work with Teodro. He actually had us at, one of, the GOML events. We had a booth there because he reached out
Awesome.
and wanted to do fundraising, but, yeah, no, I love Melee. I love the entire community. It's one of the first people I got to meet was Prague, and I got to like say thank you for everything that you do. Actually, met my boyfriend because of Melee. I'm pretty bad at the game, but I play Space Animals and yeah, I just have a good time. Like I'm really bad, but I just love playing the game every day, practicing. Like it's just the grind. Everyone knows the grind.
For sure. I think what's really cool is that your day job, what you're doing with Direct Relief, intersects with your passion for gaming in Melee, and you're in a really unique situation where you get to have those two aspects of your life cross over. I know a lot of people aspire to have some sort of way they can merge their passion and have it tie into their day job. Can you tell me a bit more about? I know you mentioned how you got the job earlier, but just going a little bit more into how you did find out a way to cross over your interests, and how anybody in chat who might be aspiring to do something similar can follow your footsteps.
So like I said, it started when I joined the community I'm a part of is Zeldathon. I met up with them. It was less than 50 people. We were running events out of houses, and then I decided that I wanted to make the event bigger and better, and I wanted to take the step forward. And it's the same thing with a lot of TOs that want to like start their own events series and things like that. It's making that first step, and it's a lot of the time it's a very hard step to make, but you will find a lot of success. And like if you're enjoying it, even if you're struggling through it, it's just one of the things. Like at the end of the day, if you're happy and smiling, it's great, and those steps are always there to keep going. And if you want to involve charities with it, charities are now always open to working with broadcasters, communities, games. It's not like the past where the media is just portraying video game players and everything like that is just this negative light. It's such an amazing community, and I know a lot of charities out there are looking for passionate people, and passionate communities to be involved with them and spread their word and working with everyone. So the best advice I'd say is just if you love what you're doing, just keep doing it and work through it. And if you want to try something, try it. Like if you want to start with Smash and running your own local and kind of grow from there, do it. Like that's kind of how I started with it. I just wanted to grow my the small community that I was a part of, give some more structure to it. And now I think we have like 150 team members now with our our Zeldathon. And now I run Mario Masters Coliseum and assist with Runaway Guys Coliseum and Calithon, which is a speedrunning event. And it just kind of snowballed from there that I wanted to be kind of like an event organizer, and it all worked out.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. It's really cool to also appreciate the parallels between the communities that you've worked with the Zeldathon community, with what you're doing with these gaming coliseums, and how it's you know very similar to exactly what TOs and Smash organizers go through. So yeah, I think that's a really strong message that if you're doing something and are excited about it, just keep doing it, going hard on it, and it can become an opportunity like the one you've created for yourself to be working at Direct Relief, intersecting gaming and charity. What do the folks at Direct Relief beyond you appreciate or understand? More of the gaming community and what we're doing here with the free melee movement and the whole 5 days of Smash stuff. Have you had the chance to talk to your coworkers about what exactly we're doing here?
So my direct coworker, his MC is actually the director of Zeldathon as well. One of
Oh
my
wow.
best friends. He works with me. He's actually on the production side and does all of the technical stuff that I don't want to do. And then I have the pleasure of working with one of my best friends as well as Rom Scout. He actually transitioned from Twitch over to Direct Relief and to work with us on the gaming program, get a lot more visibility. What I can say is literally the CEO loves everything about gaming. He doesn't understand it, but he wants to, and he's always enthusiastic and loves talking about gaming and what the community is doing. So everyone's always excited to learn about it, even if they don't understand what's going on. They love what the communities are doing and all the positivity that's coming out. They always speak highly a lot of the communities, especially this one. I had a brief talk with my boss yesterday, and she was super excited and understanding about the free melee movement. And I explained all like the hardships that you guys been going through over the years. And she was like, that's so unfair. And I was like, true. Like this is unfortunate, but they're making the best out of everything. And they really appreciate that with the movement that you guys are doing, incorporating it with charity is just such a amazing thing. So everyone at Direct Relief knows what your guys' cause is about and everything that you guys want to accomplish, and it's just incredible.
Passion definitely breeds passion there, so it's really cool to have ambassadors of the passion of our community spreading the word. So yeah, hashtag free melee there.
Yeah.
Anyways, Campy, I'm going to close it out now with one last question. Can you describe what melee means to you, or what melee is to you, in 3 words?
Uh,
Or any
commu-
words that come to your mind?
so I'll say with 3, community, love, and respect. And those are like the 3 things I've gotten from the community over the years. And it's something I always love about the community is those 3 things. That's the best thing I could say.
Love to hear it. Thank you so much for joining me, telling us more about Direct Relief and the awesome work that you've been doing. So if you're in chat, please type !donate or !donation to find out more about how you can support this great cause. And we have plenty of donation incentives, so you can also check those out on Tiltify. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone. And that's all for Good Morning Melee today.
Awesome.